If a woman have not told you to insert it and you went ahead to insert it, you have missed it. Hello, you are welcome to my channel. My name is Blessing Ejechi. Today, I want to share with you something that is very important for you. I want to speak specifically to the men on how to satisfy a woman sexually. And not only that, but to give her multiple orgasms. Do you know that every man have the ability to satisfy a woman sexually and give her multiple orgasms? There are many misconceptions that people are getting. There are many wrong beliefs that people are getting, and that is the reason why many men have been unable to satisfy women. There is no woman that a man cannot satisfy. If you are unable to satisfy a woman, it shows that you are using the wrong technique. I have an outline here that I will be guiding you step by step on how you can satisfy a woman and give her multiple orgasms. So please, I would like you to subscribe. And if you will be getting value from this, don't leave this channel without subscribing. Let me start by telling you what we are going to be learning in this video. This video is going to be a little bit longer, but I would like you to take out your pen and paper or your writing pad and begin to jot down some of the points that you will be learning. Firstly, we are going to look at some of the things that you don't need to satisfy a woman. Then, the things you need to satisfy a woman, and the things you also need to take note when satisfying a woman. I will be guiding you step by step on how you can satisfy a woman. At the end of this lesson, I am going to give you a bonus on how you can last longer. How you can last longer in bed. If you are a 3 minutes man, you can last more than 3 minutes naturally without any enhancement. Secondly, I will also be giving you a bonus of the things that you need to do after sex in order for her to want you more, so that anytime you talk about sex, she begins to anticipate it. She wants to be with you every time you have this sexual relationship with her. Let us begin. You don't need a big manhood to satisfy a woman. You don't need a big manhood. There are so many ladies that believe that it is a big manhood that will be able to satisfy them. But if you want to satisfy a woman, you don't need it. It is not necessary. Secondly, you don't need to last long to satisfy a woman. As a matter of fact, even a 3 minutes man can satisfy a woman sexually and give her multiple orgasms. Firstly, you don't need a big manhood to satisfy a woman. And secondly, you don't need to last long hours before you can satisfy her. 3, you don't even need your penis to satisfy a woman. Do you know that even a woman can satisfy a woman because she knows the things to do? She knows the right places to touch. And those are the steps we are going to be passing through in this video. Please, I would like you to watch to the end and subscribe so that you keep getting value from this channel. Let me start by giving you 5 rules that you must follow if you want to satisfy a woman. 5 rules. Write it down. You must write these 5 rules down if you want to satisfy a woman. Number 1 is, if you want to sexually satisfy a woman, you must focus on her, not yourself. All your attention should be geared towards satisfying her sexually. The satisfaction should not be focused on you. If you want to give her multiple orgasms, don't try to get it first. Don't focus on yourself first. Focus on her so that she will get to that orgasm before you. As a matter of fact, any man that satisfies a woman usually wait for the woman to get to orgasm first before he can get to orgasm. It is aberration. It is not normal. If you are making love to a woman and you came and you come to orgasm before the woman, when you come to orgasm before a woman comes to orgasm, you have missed it. You have missed it. The most important thing for you to do is to focus on her, is to make sure that she get to orgasm first before you. At that time, you have really won her as a man. You have been able to satisfy her as a man. Second rule, don't rush. Don't rush. There are so many ladies that will want you to do it faster. Do it as in a hot. Make it, she wants to detect the pace for you. She wants you to do it by her own pace. My dear, if you want to do sex by the pace of the woman, you may end up by the road. You will not be able to take her to the orgasm. At the end of the day, she will begin to blame you and she begin to call you a 5 minutes man. You should be the one to dictate the pace at which you go when you are satisfying a woman. If you want to take a woman to orgasm, you are the one to dictate the pace. Don't rush. Don't be preoccupied by the pleasure you are receiving because you want to get the optimal pleasure. No, you must be able to suspend your pleasure. You should suspend your pleasure so that you can give her the pleasure. That is the secret to giving a woman multiple orgasm. That is the secret to satisfying a woman sexually. If you want to satisfy a woman sexually, you should be able to take yourself away from the show and set the pace. Dictate what should happen during that time. And I'm going to be telling you what you are going to be doing step by step. Number three is foreplay is a must. If you want to satisfy a woman, you must focus on foreplay. As a matter of fact, there is no woman that you can satisfy sexually without foreplay. So if you as a man, you just tell your wife to say lie down and spread your leg so that we will do it. My dear, that woman, you will never satisfy her. If you want to satisfy a woman sexually, foreplay, romance, kissing is a must. It is necessary for her as a woman. Why am I saying that? A woman's body takes time to climax. It takes time for a woman to rise to that place of ecstasy. So when you begin to touch her and begin to romance her and begin to kiss her, you see that the more you do these things, the more she becomes wet. The more her pleasure begin to heighten. But once you go straight to the point, you have missed it. You end up being the one that came to orgasm before her. So if you want to satisfy a woman, you must, as a matter of fact, take foreplay as necessary. You must spend more time in foreplay than in penetration. You must spend more time in the foreplay. Foreplay should take about 70% of your time if you want to satisfy her sexually. Number four is start with small things. Start with small things. The rule number four, start with little things. Little things like touching, pecking, kissing. After all, those are foreplay. The first thing for you not to do is to bring out your manhood to do the work. No, that is the last thing. Your manhood is the last thing that you are going to be using if you want to take a woman to orgasm. The small things that you think do not matter, they are the matters arising. They are the big matters that the woman's body need. A woman will not appreciate you if you just rise up and enter into her without trying to beat about the bush. As a matter of fact, if you want to please a woman, you must learn how to beat about the bush. You must learn how to go round, you know, Take your time, begin to touch the necessary places. Take time, begin to lick the necessary places. Take time to begin to do the things that are necessary. Number 5 rule is the first instrument you are going to be using is your tongue and your hand. Your tongue and your hand are the most important tools that you need to satisfy a woman. Your tongue is for sucking, your hand is for massaging and petting. So take these rules are very important. And the last rule I'll be giving you is don't penetrate unless she tells you to do so. Don't penetrate unless she tells you. Even when she tells you to do so, you should be hesitant. You should waste time. You should allow her to beg you. When a woman is heightened and she is at the middle of pleasure, she will be the one to beg you to use your weapon. She will be the one to beg you to insert your manhood. If a woman have not told you to insert it and you went ahead to insert it, you have missed it. This is a secret. If you want to satisfy a woman, you must begin to practice it. The last thing that you will use as a tool to satisfy a woman is your manhood. That is the last thing. As a matter of fact, you don't even need it to satisfy a woman. You don't need it to satisfy her. Why is it that those lesbians satisfy themselves and give themselves multiple orgasms? They know the right places to touch. They don't have manhood, but they also go ahead to satisfy themselves because they know the right thing to do. You, as a man too, that is more advantaged, that has all the necessary tool that you need to satisfy her, you should do it better than them. Let us begin to look at the steps that you need to satisfy a woman sexually. The first step is foreplay. If you want to do a proper foreplay that will take your wife to orgasm, she must be clean. Allow her to take her bath. I don't want you to rush to a woman that is not clean because you are not going to enjoy it. The reason being that you are going to use your tongue to clean the plate. So, if you are going to use your tongue to lick and to suck, it is not good that you begin to use your tongue to test some things that may not be palatable to your tongue, to your mouth. So, make sure that she is clean. Then secondly, if she's already clean, you as a man should be able to set the scene. Make her feel comfortable. Make the environment feel conducive for her. The truth is that a woman will not come to orgasm. A woman will not feel satisfied in an environment that she is not comfortable. A woman will not enjoy sex in an environment that is insecure. If the environment is not conducive for her, she will not enjoy it. That is the reason why some women begin to fake orgasm. They begin to, so that you will feel happy. No, the environment is not conducive because she cannot express herself. A woman will not enjoy sex in a place that she cannot shout. She cannot say a word where she'll be doing, she cannot really express herself. If she know that she cannot express herself, she cannot say what she wants to say, my dear, she will tighten up, she will become frigid. So you as a man must make sure that that environment and the time that you want to do it is conducive and comfortable for her. Then the next thing you need to do during foreplay is let there be eye contact. Always looking at her eye. There are some women that when you look at their eyes, they begin to get wet. As you are looking at her eyes, you begin to say sweet words. Women are mesmerized by words. There is a power that God has given to us who are men that we don't even know how to use it. And that is the power of words. Any word you speak to a woman goes a very long way into her body. When you begin to tell her sweet words, her sexual tensions begin to climax. Her frigidity begin to give away. The words you begin to speak will begin to make her to enter the mood. But when you are not saying anything, you are not eliciting the sexual response from her, it is not going to lead you anywhere. The things you say during the foreplay goes a long way to elicit the sexual response, to elicit the responses that you actually need from her. And you remember that you want to take her to orgasm. So once the environment is conducive, begin to praise her and begin to tell her how beautiful her body is. As you begin to say these things, you see, your words will begin to penetrate into her emotions. She will become emotional. That is when she will now begin to surrender to you. All the frigidity that she has been tightening herself, that she has been holding herself before, your words will begin to loosen her. And the more you say those things, the more you touch her, the more you pet her, the more she begin to release herself. And the more a woman release herself to you, is the more you begin to get her. The faster you take her to orgasm, the faster you actually satisfy her sexually. But if you keep your mouth mute, it will be very hard for you to sexually satisfy her. Touch her erogenous zones, those places that stimulates her, those places that make her feel like a woman. You begin to touch those places. Start with those small things. Don't just go to the main demand immediately. No, don't go there immediately. You can start from her head. As you begin to speak, you begin to touch, you begin to suck, you talk, then you use your hand. Remember that I told you that the first things that you need to apply is your hand and your tongue. Your tongue is now beginning to play its role by patting the leg and sucking the places that you are supposed to be sucking. Begin to massage and suck. My dear, that is where the work is. The more time you spend in foreplay, the faster she come to orgasm. At that period, depending on how the woman is, there are some women that can come faster. There are some women that will take time. There are some women that even fondling their breast, even only touching their breast can make them come. There are some that also even only touching their lap can make them come. But what you need to do is to communicate with her and begin to discover those erogenous zones in her, those places that can elicit pleasure in her. As you touch, begin to ask her. Let her tell you. Ask her how she feels when you are touching her. But the places I would like you to concentrate, to me, is the clitoris, the breast, the thigh, and even the neck. Those places for many women are very, very sensitive. What do you do with the breast? You suck it. You know that you must suck the breast. Spend time. Use your hand and use your tongue. You must make sure that you begin to tell her how sweet it is. Then use your tongue to suck the clitoris. It is very, very important. She can get to orgasm faster. There is no woman that does not like her clit to be sucked. There is no woman that does not want her V to be sucked. Every woman like it. Every woman, though there are sometimes that they will not like to suck you, but she wants you to suck it. If you really want to take a woman to orgasm, that place, in fact, as a matter of fact, That place is one of the most important thing. There are important places if you want to take a woman to orgasm. Number one is that clitoris. The second one is the G spot. Now, many people do not know where the G spot is. Even so many men do not even maximize it. If the pleasure of a woman is one when it is a clitoris, the G spot can give her more than half of the pleasure. The G spot is located where you insert your hand in her vagina. When you insert a hand, it's not up to some meters. This one finger can even touch it. That place that is rough, that is the G spot. Put your hand and begin to use it to massage it. Begin to use your hand to rub it. As you rub the clitoris, also use your hand to rub this thing, my dear. It will not take long. Those two places, even if the woman was circumcised, she will still receive pleasure in that particular place. Pay attention to the breast, pay attention to the clitoris, pay attention to the G spot. It is very necessary. When you get these three places, you have gotten a woman. When you get these three places, you have gotten her. There is no woman anywhere that will tell you that the G spot that she does not get pleasure, that her breast that she cannot get pleasure, that even her clitoris, even if she was circumcised, there is still small thing that is still there that you can touch. If you touch it, she will still get the pleasure. So a woman comes to orgasm by caressing. A woman gets satisfied sexually by caressing, not by penetration. Not by penetration. Now, let us go to penetration. I have told you that you should never penetrate her if she has not begged you to do so. You must make sure that she is in ecstasy. She is filled with pleasure. As a matter of fact, you may even allow her to come to orgasm first before you penetrate. Better for you. If she wants you to enter her, she wants you to penetrate, and she has not come to orgasm, she's begging you to penetrate. Make sure that she beg you. She's begging you to penetrate, and she has not come to orgasm. There is no problem. I will tell you a secret, what you can do in order to sustain yourself. You can even last for hours if you want to. When you are penetrated, I told you that you must set your own pace. If she tell you to do it faster, 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 it depends on you. If you can do it faster, okay, good and fine. It is not everybody that will be able to do it faster the way she wants it. Once you penetrate, you must do two things at a time. Do two things at a time. What should you be doing? Once you are penetrated, you should use your hand. One hand will be on the breast, one hand on the clitoris. As you begin to do those things, she must come. Now, when you see that you are about to come to orgasm, you are about to come, and she has not come, there is something that you will need to do, and that thing will make you to last longer. Now, bring out your manhood. Let me demonstrate it. It's like this. Bring it out. That is the process they call start-stop method. Use start-stop method. It will help you a lot. When you see that you're about to come, you stop. But what I want you to do is to bring it out. What you want to do will make her it will even heighten her pleasure. When you bring it out, you now use it to begin to, rub around her place. You know what I'm saying? Use it to begin to rub it, and use it to also rubbing the cleats. You can be moving yourself and you are rubbing it. That time you are doing those two things. One, you are giving her pleasure, and at the same time you are buying back time. You are making sure that you are not coming. So when you see that you are okay, you can now enter again. When you also see that you are about to come again, you now do it repeatedly. You can even stay for hours with this method. And what you are doing, using it to rub her, it gives her pleasure. She will like it so much. You are doing two things at a time. You are giving her pleasure, and at the same time buying back time. So finally, what I want you to do after sex, that is one of the bonus I said I'll give to you, is once she has come to orgasm and the both of you has actually come to orgasm, don't leave her immediately. Take her by your side. In other words, begin to cuddle her. Begin to use your hand and cuddle her. Then, as you are cuddling her, you begin to tell her how you enjoyed the sexual session, how you were able to, how she was able to give you pleasure, and begin to ask her some questions that in subsequent time, what you are expected to do. She will be able to tell you where you missed it. She'll be able to tell you where you can work on later. Then you will also hear she will be able to appreciate you if you tried. Make sure you also appreciate her. It's a time to communicate. It's not a time for you to just zoom off like that. When you put what I'm telling you into practice, you can satisfy your wife. You can satisfy her. So conclusively, don't rush. Make sure that you are doing the right thing. We say foreplay is a must. Don't rush. Do two things at a time. You must use your hand and your tongue initial time. Then when you enter, you must use your hand. After that, even if she was not satisfied during that process, even if she was not satisfied during that process, when you stay and begin to cuddle her and tell her those sweet words, before you know what's happening, she's already satisfied. That is one of the ways to win a woman's heart that was not satisfied. Please, if you got value from what I have just taught you, I would like you to subscribe to this channel, and God bless you.